The following broadcast is a presentation of Mount Zion Media Ministry.
To preach from the subject, could it be your time to try again? Could it be your time to try again? This story is a familiar one, and I want to just move right into it. Let me paint this picture for those of you that are not familiar with the story. Jesus, in his earthly ministry, had no transportation, no car, no motorcycle, no bicycle. He just walked. And because of the popularity of his ministry, wherever he went, he drew a crowd. And on this particular day, recorded in the text, Jesus is walking along the seashore, or the shore of the lake, rather, this big, huge lake called Gennesaret. And as he is walking, it is not his plan at that particular time to preach or teach. But he turns, and there are hundreds of people following him, begging him, asking him for help. They want a word. And when they came to Jesus for a word, inclusive in that word was healing and deliverance from whatever their problem was. And so, being the compassionate person that he is, Jesus stops young people and holds a pop-up service right there on the seashore. And he needs a place from which to preach. And so there is a boat docked, and he sees the fishermen to whom the boat belongs washing their nets. It's a practice wherein after the fishermen went out, not with hooks, but with these large nets, when they were finished fishing, they would come and clean their nets in preparation for the next day's fishing. And there they were washing their nets. And Jesus chooses a ship that is owned by Simon Peter and asks to borrow it, to use it, to stand on, to look at the people, to preach to them. And when he does that, Peter gives it to him and said, do what you do. And at the end of the worship experience, Jesus then comes to these fishermen and say to them, listen now, they're washing their nets, preparing for the next fishing trip. Not that day, but another day. He says, get back in your boats. Go out in deeper water and throw your nets over. And they say, Master, we have toiled, we fished all night long, and we hadn't caught a thing. But if you say so, we'll go. And so they went. And while they were on their way out there, just put yourselves in their place and imagine what's going through their mind. So they cast their nets over, and the fish just come and jump into that net, and they catch so many fish that the crew on Peter's boat can't handle them. And so they call their partners, James and John, to come help them. And both boats end up being full. So full, they started to sink. And the fish they caught astonished them. Listen, these are fishermen who fish all the time. And to suggest that they are astonished means that they have caught more fish than they ever caught. And they caught it at a time when they didn't think they could catch anything. And so they are blown away by the fish they caught. Now I want you to just rewind for a minute. There's a preacher by the name of Sandy Ray who's gone home to be with the Lord. And he preached this sermon one time, and this is what Sandy Ray said that I want you to just hang on to for a minute. He says, we ought not run past their response, but listen carefully and read between the lines. Listen at the sighs and the groans. Peter, fellas, get in the boat, go out. But master, we have toiled all night. Listen, master, we have been at this all night. We've been trying and trying to catch fish. But master, us tired. Master, we've been trying to catch fish all night long. We are fishermen and we know what we're doing. And we've been trying and we tried. And we were not out there playing games, but we were fishing and we tried and we tried. So much so we got frustrated because we caught nothing. And now you want us to go and try again. It don't make sense because we've tried and we've tried and we came up empty. And then there's something else that's implied in what they are saying. Listen, they said they fished all night because that particular lake, the fish were prone to bite at night. But now it's daytime. And so we failed in the season, in the prime time for fishing. And now you want us to go fishing when it's against the nature of the fish to cooperate with the fishermen. Now we failed when it was the right time. We failed when it was our season. And now you want us to go try again? Yeah. In the midst of their futility and frustration and fatigue, they go back and try again. You know, and I don't like to claim that I know everything and I just thought up everything. And so here is what Sandy Ray says, that we need to pause there because all of us have been in that place where the fishermen are. And we may not have been fishing for fish, but we were trying to achieve something. And we tried and we failed. Maybe you were trying to get a job. That job that you prepped for and prepared for and went to school for and trained for and dreamed about and hoped for. And you tried. And they told you to polish your resume. You polished it. It was shining. They told you to connect with certain people and you connected. They told you to pray and you prayed. But you still didn't get it. Maybe somebody in the church told you your gift will make room for you. And so God has given you a gift, and that's really not what that means, but I won't do that lesson today, but I'm just going to stay with this one. And so you got a gift, and you've been trying to excel in your gift, and you know you're gifted, you can do it, but the doors don't open for you. And to make matters worse, you see folk who are less talented, less gifted than you, and they're just walking in it, enjoying it, reaping the benefits, and you struggling and can't catch a break. And you tried until you got tired. You tried. Maybe you've been trying to launch that business, and you spent all you had and you thought people would help you, but you really found out that they really didn't care about helping you. They were your haters in disguise. And you've tried and you've done the right thing, and there have been opportunities for you to hook and crook like other folk, but you wanted to do it right, but you just keep on ending up on zero. You take 2 or 3 steps forward and then you fall back. Maybe it wasn't a career. Maybe it wasn't your gift. Maybe it wasn't that business. Maybe you one of those people who relationships just hadn't been working for you. You tried this love thing. And it just keep on falling apart. And so you try to do what's right, and so you meet James and Sue, and you try, and then you figure out that it was Tyrone in disguise, and so instead of James, you got Tyrone and all his friends, and he ain't got nothing. And every time y'all go to Burger King, you got to pay. And he got to ride in your car and all his friends. Erica Badu had his friend, and she told him he better call Tyrone and get his stuff, because he and Tyrone, they're the same folk, and maybe it was Tyrene. Y'all know. You thought you had the right one, but she fooled. Can I get a witness in here? But you understand what I'm saying, though. You tried this relationship thing, and one relationship after another fall apart, and so you've declared to God and all your friends, I'm through. I don't want to see another one. I don't want no relationship. I'm just tired. I'd rather be by myself. At least I tarried too long. Could it be that you've been financially trying to struggle, and you keep trying this and trying that, but it don't work? And you tried and you tried, and you consolidated and you unconsolidated, and you paid some folks to fix your credit, and they took your money and it's still not fixed. The only somebody that made money in the deal was them. Because the real way to fix your credit is pay your bills. And so, could it be that it's school, it's a class that you've been trying to get over, but look like you just can't get past it? And your mom and everybody else been praying to help you get past that class. I don't know about y'all, but I had 1 or 2 of them in high school and in college. I had a statistics class, and it was nothing but the grace of God. Because I tell you right now, I still don't understand statistics, but somehow, some way, God made a way. Don't tell everybody this, because everybody don't buy into this. But those who do, you tell them this. Some of us, it might be a test, and people judge your capacity by the test when you're more than a test score. And they believe that test is a measure of your capacity, and so if you don't pass it, that means you must not be right. But you tried and you tried and you tried. And see, and I can identify with that, because I thank God that when I got in Albany State, they were giving folk chances. Because my SAT scores look kind of funny. and they needed some propping up. And so thank God, they allowed me a chance to come in there and do some remedial courses, some remediation. Any remedial course folk in here? I know I'm not in here by myself. Don't be trying to act like. Young folk, y'all don't know anything about this because they don't have it now. But the course number was 099. And there was a whole heap of us in 099. What you taking this quarter? 099 reading? 099 math? I saw Mr. Mentor somewhere near 099 in English. But let me bring it back to a serious moment. But how many give up and don't try anymore? And in not trying again, you miss what God has for you. So I don't know who I'm talking to, but maybe somebody here today, you're in one of them places where you've tried and you failed and you're at a point where you want to give up. But the question I pose, could it be that it's your time to try again? And what I want to do now is give you a couple of principles out of this text so that you can position yourself to usher in your time to try again, because there are some things you can do to cause God to move his hand on your behalf. There's sometimes God just acts on your behalf just out of favor and grace, but there are other times you can do some stuff that causes God to move on your behalf. And here it is. Look back at that text again, and I want to show you something. When I start reading at verse 1, it says that Jesus came along the shore and he saw the ships. And the fellows were washing their net. And then he needed a ship, asked for the ship, and they let him have the ship. Here's principle number 1, to position yourself to move in a place where God will come to help you. Here it is. You must demonstrate that what you already have is available for use by God. Demonstrate that what you have is already available for use by God. What Peter had when Jesus met him was a ship. Jesus needed to use the ship. And Peter said, yes, here it is. And after Peter demonstrated his willingness to let Jesus use what he had, then Jesus moved to give him more and also to elevate him to another level. Listen at me. Had Peter said, no, you can't use my ship, that would have been the end of the story. There would not have been this great catch of fish that they took to the market to sell and make money. And there would not have been this elevation, come follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. Let me rewind and say right here, real plain, some of you, the reason you hadn't been able to succeed in that effort that you are doing is because you have demonstrated to God that what you already have is not available to him. Lord, give me this, and then I'll serve you. No, I want to see if you can serve me with what you got. Lord, bless me with this, and then. No, I want to see if you can serve me with what you already have. But we've shown him your time is your time. Your treasure, your talent, your talent. All you got belong to you, and you waiting on something else. You in that fitting mode. Let me tell you a dead giveaway. When I have people who come up to me and say, Pastor Simmons, I know you might think it's wrong, but I'm playing the lottery, and when I pay it, and when I hit it, I'm going to pay Mount Zion off. You ain't going to have no debt. I'm going to pay for the whole church all by myself. You ain't paying nothing out of that you already got. And you see, here is the bottom line. If God can't trust you with that you got, if you can't be faithful over a little, sure can't trust you with much. And so the only people winning in your case is going to be the Georgia lottery. Pastor, I'm going to do better about serving the church as soon as I retire. No, you don't need to wait till you retire. You might not make that. If God can't trust you with your time now, and so what do you have now? And all of us got something. The young, the old, the in between, we got a talent. We got a gift. We got time. We got energy. We got resources. So how are we using it? Is it if God said, I need somebody to go yonder, that's over there. Can I count on you? If God says, I need somebody at the church to do some work today, can I count on you? If God says there's a Hurricane Irma coming and I need people to come and support and provide sheltering and feed people, can I count on you to come do that? If God says, I want to have a soup kitchen, but I need people to clean up the soup kitchen, can I count on you to clean it? I need somebody to do this, to do that, because God has no feet, no legs. What do I have, and is it available to him? Because here it is. Part of what God gives to us is conditioned upon his ability to trust us with it. Because here's what's going to blow your mind. Nothing he gives me or you is just for me or you. We are the conduit. God sends blessings through people. Sends blessings through people. And he needs people he can trust. Here it is. If I just pick any of you out there today and said, here, I got $100 and I need you to take this $100 and take it over there on 3rd Street and give it to so-and-so. Will that $100 make it? And that's all God is saying. I need proof that the $100 will make it. And the proof of whether or not the $100 will make it is whether what you already got in your pocket is available to me. And I'm not just talking about money, but I use that illustration because we can get that. But whatever it is, that little car you got now, is it available? That house you got, the clothes you got, the shoes you got, what is it available for me? And so the first principle is, what you already have, is it available for God's use? And here is the next one. God wants us to recognize the futility of trying to be successful without him. The futility. That means it don't make sense to try to do things without him. These men were fishermen, and so they were trained to be fishermen. And God is trying to show them that even though you train, your success is not just in your training. And for those of you that operate on a common sense level, common sense says, I've been fishing all night. These fish bite at night. They don't bite in the daytime. Common sense says, wait until dark to go fishing. Common sense says, I'm in the midst of cleaning the nets. Now I got to stop cleaning. Some of them not clean. Get back on the boat. Go out there again. Common sense says, don't do that. But hear me. God does not operate in the common sense realm. If they had listened to the intellect and the reasoning in their training and listened to what common sense said, they would still be right today sitting on the side of that boat. But because they said, nevertheless, it don't make sense to us. Nevertheless, our training says it is futile. We're going to pick up and do what you said. could it be that a lot of the effort we've been putting forth have been without God? That we've not trusted him with all of our heart, that we've been leaning on our own understanding. We've not acknowledged him in all of our ways, and so he hadn't directed our path. And all I'm trying to tell you is make sure that you don't do what you do without God's help. You can make some stuff happen, but you can't make it happen like you and God together. And so go try again. But don't try by yourself. Work at your finances, but this time do it God's way. Work at that business, but this time bring God as your partner. Go for that career, but this time put God in front of you. Go back for the relationship. Go back for whatever it is you've been failing at. And could it be that you need to try again, but this time it's not in your own power, but it's in the power of Almighty God. And then he shows us the fruitfulness of doing it with God as your helper. I want you to notice now, God said, go out into the deep. He pointed to the place. Throw over. He told them what side to throw it on. And then the fish just came. How could that be, Pastor? Because God is God over everything. And in my simple mind, let me just tell you what happened. God spoke to the fish in the lake and said, I'm sending some boys back out there. And I need y'all to go find that net. It's going to be on the right side of the ship. And it's going to be there at a certain time. I know y'all don't usually bite this time of day. I know y'all go to the bottom of the ocean and y'all get y'all rest. You don't feed. But I need you to turn nature upside down. And I need you to go find that net, and I need you to get in it. And I don't want just a few of y'all, but get your cousin, get Pookie, get Ray Ray, get Lakeisha, get Kushi, get all the fishes that's out there. And find that net. And the fish in the sea obeyed his orders. And the men who obeyed his orders, they reaped the benefit of trusting and obeying what God said. And can I tell you that just as they were astonished, you'd be astonished at what God can do for you. If you listen to him and ask him, God, is it time for me to try again? I've tried before, but I failed.
Thanks for watching. Be blessed and continue walking in the light.